Hello and welcome to a brand new edition of The Dish. I'm Stephanie Winarski.
And I'm Maureen Riley. We're going to start off today's episode of The Dish with a little tidbit of information brought to us by our favorite social networking site, Facebook. They have found that by looking at all of the relationship status changing from in relationship to single, the times of year when it's most likely to go from in relationship to single. Most breakups tend to occur on Mondays. People tend to start the summer off single, and the least likely day for someone to end a relationship is Christmas. Well, that's nice.
That is nice. It's nice to hear that people still, have some kindness left from Christmas spirit and don't dump you on Christmas.
Yeah.
Wait till December 26th. Although I also like the poll how they said that there's a lot of breakups on April Fool's Day, because get it, it's a joke.
So then they're not really broken up?
They're not really broken up. That's what I took it to assume, but there was no note on the bottom of the poll that said it was just a joke.
Yeah, I guess you can never be sure.
Yeah, and a lot of, midwinter cleaning, mid-spring cleaning. Cut those bad relationships out, start anew.
Yep.
Well, moving on, starting anew, we've got another Disney star in rehab. Last week, Demi Lovato checked herself into a rehabilitation facilitation center. That's actually not the correct name, but her, publicist and all her backers at Disney won't exactly explicitly say why she's in rehab, but sources claim that it's because of emotional issues brought on by an eating disorder and by, years of being bullied and the trauma that caused her, to her self-esteem. But the inside report is that what happened was that they were all on tour in South America, and after a nice show, after dinner, Demi and a couple of her friends went out and, partied a little too hard. And the next day, someone confronted her about it in the tour management, and she went crazy and called out a backup dancer for tattling on her, and she actually punched her backup dancer. So that's what happened. There's pictures of her backup dancer with the black eye online. Demi, we all hope you get better, body disorders and, bad self-esteem. Those are things that are really tough for an 18-year-old in Hollywood to deal with. But at the same time, we really hope she cleans up her act. But it's kind of, a rough time, and it'll be interesting to see what happens to her career after she gets out of rehab.
Yeah, I can't believe she punched someone. I didn't know she had that in her.
I know.
Oh, we're rooting for you, Demi. Hope you get better.
I know.
I don't like your music.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens to her career after she gets out, because she's not, supposedly that they're thinking about canceling her Disney Channel original show, Sunny with Chance, but she's not someone who can sustain herself on her music career, considering she hasn't really, broached into mainstream yet.
That's true. Like
her counterpart, Selena Gomez, who's had some songs on the radio, but, we'll see. But, our thoughts are with you, Demi. Let's hope you pull through.
Yeah.
Speaking of Demi Lovato, someone that Demi Lovato used to be friends with before she went a little nuts, Taylor Swift, her album recently went platinum, selling over 1 million copies in her first week alone. So, in honor of Taylor Swift and albums that go platinum in their first week, Maureen and I would like to present to you the 16 albums that have gone platinum in their first week on sale.
Ooh.
Starting off the list, number 1, Whitney Houston with the Bodyguard soundtrack.
Number 2 is Garth Brooks with his album Double Live.
Number 3, Backstreet Boys with their 2000 release of Millennium.
And then, of course, followed by NSYNC with No Strings Attached.
Which coincidentally is also the highest-selling album of our highest-selling first-week album of all time, with over 2 million copies.
Not surprising.
I know. Oh, Justin Timberlake, what a draw. Keeping up the teeny bopper trend, we got Britney Spears with Oops, I Did It Again.
And then kind of switching gears a little bit, we got Eminem with Marshall Mathers.
And then sticking on that, kind of out there theme, we got Limp Bizkit.
Backstreet Boys comes on the list again with their album Black and Blue.
Followed by the Beatles with their number 1 album.
And NSYNC with Celebrity.
You know what, funny story, I think I actually went to a Midnight Madness and bought that album at midnight, so I think I've contributed to a lot of these.
I was at summer camp when that came out, and I wrote home please have that waiting for me when I get back, and it was.
Keeping up with people with double, album winners, we've got Eminem with The Eminem Show.
And Norah Jones with her self-titled album.
We have Usher with Confessions.
And 50 Cent with Massacre.
Lil Wayne with The Carter 3.
And, of course, Speak Now by Taylor Swift.
It's a very interesting list of albums, if you think about it. Most of these are driven by teeny boppers, which goes to show you, the buying power that age group tends to have.
It's great.
Yes. And then we've got some weird ones. Garth Brooks, that's such a niche album, but also Eminem, Limp Bizkit, Confessions. There's some solid albums on here, some other ones that I'm I don't see it, but you know, Taylor Swift doing good things for music, even if you love her or hate her, like, you gotta respect her. Sells a lot of music.
Absolutely.
But, yeah.
Well, I guess that's it. So until next time, BC, you've just been served
The Dish.